Hey everyone, Sam here. It's been a minute. I just wanted to pop in and thank all of you for supporting the show and sticking with us through 155 episodes, more than 3 years. I know I'm a little late for the traditional milestone, but what are you going to do? If you're enjoying the show, I'd like to request that you leave us a review on your podcatcher of choice or on Podchaser or any number of other places that people might get podcast reviews. I know it's a cliche at this point, but reviews are really a huge part of helping people discover our show, especially now that various social media outlets are, Anyways, if you're looking for a little more Pod Against the Machine related content in your life, our very own Izzy is going to be on a Girl by Moonlight stream called God Complex on the Entropy Emporium Twitch channel. I believe that show starts next Thursday. We've also got a new McFib in the works for Podbod Summer. Keep an ear out for that. Finally, if you've got a few dollars burning a hole in your pocket, you might want to direct them over to patreon.com/podversusmachine. Everything you contribute helps us do things like commission art for the characters, create bonus episodes, fix our website. It's all very much appreciated. Guess that's everything I've got for the time being. Thanks again for sticking with us. Here's to another 155. This is Pod Against the Machine.
Pod Against the Machine. Against the Machine.
Welcome back to Pod Against the Machine, the only Pathfinder actual play podcast that's hiding inside a pile of Migo corpses. I'm your host, and here's everybody.
Surely we can't be the only. Nope, it's gone.
I don't know. We haven't searched thoroughly.
If you're another podcast in this pile of corpses, come on out.
Let us know.
Yeah. Hit us up on joining the network.
Like and subscribe, yeah.
Hello. From inside the corpse of this Migo.
Go.
I think legally, if you're a podcast hiding in this pile of Migo corpses, you do have to tell us, otherwise it's entrapment.
Mm.
The only other podcast in there is Talkin' Walkin', which is Jeff's Christopher Walken podcast.
So, last week on the program, the party finished up their fight with the We Go troop, and after that, they moved forward, ignoring the passage in the ceiling for the time being in favor of the more normal level passage, leading into another room where there was this bizarre bulbous fungus pile that was like shaped like a tree, but at the same time was kind of made of interlocking fungal growths, it seemed. That just kind of sprung to life and started talking to everybody real quick. Mentioned the black goat who welcomes you to join her and serve her and all that good stuff. Alwyn was like, we should go just as little pods in the root structure of this thing burst open, revealing chaos beasts of Shub-Nagrath, which were quite dangerous. Luckily, the party managed to devise a means of neutralizing their ability to just turn you into a blob if they touch you. Basically, Brixby dimension doored the group back out of the room, creating a choke point that the rather slow creatures had to shuffle their way through one by one while they could be picked off from range. And that worked pretty well. Nobody got turned into goo this time. And that's where we are now, like immediately after the destruction of the final of the Chaos Beasts.
Good job, Brix. You did it.
I barely did any of the slaughter. That was all on you.
The slaughter's the easy part.
I think I've changed my mind. I think we should investigate the other camp first and leave this cave as soon as possible.
Even with all the dead guys?
Are you spooked so easily? It seems that we have nearly cleared this place out.
it does appear we have a floor above and below.
Why are you so freaked out by these things? Now that they're dead and all.
It's not so much them as what they were pretending to be earlier and something they said. Do any of the rest of you know what the black goat is?
I know what black goats are.
What? If I did not have a specific lore related to planes,
That would be either religion, or would planes work too, Sam, or would it just be
I
religion?
think it's more religion in this case.
alrighty. Love being sickened. It was almost much higher. That is only a 16, unfortunately.
So I don't think this is a particularly well-known thing, so I don't think with a 16 Bricks really knows what the black goat is, other than maybe a goat that is black.
It's gotta be a mean goat. If that's like its lackeys, though, right?
The black goat is another name for a god that my people called the Forest Mother. She is extremely powerful, and, well, there's one other that likes to interact with worshippers more, but the Forest Mother, the Black Goat, is definitely much more active than most of the Pantheon. If the things in here worship her, there's a very good chance they can draw on her power. And that is very, very dangerous for us.
More things that can turn us into goo?
More things that can do all sorts of very, very terrible and dangerous things. And he is just like really, you can tell he is very on edge. Like, he's much more freaked out after seeing those things and hearing what they said than he was even like when we were fighting the 10 million Migo.
Maybe it's my lack of nuance that sees these all as equivocal horrors from beyond the stars. But we knew the Migo were butchers, as they were called. They chopped people up and reformed them. There's mind slavery and removal. I'm sure this is terrible, and this is probably very low on my list of successful pep talks, but we always knew it was going to be bad in this cave. And I assure you that every other cave is going to be terrible, but I see around us strength, possibility, protection, and comfort. And I think that's going to follow us everywhere we go. So, if you're alright with it, I think it would make sense for us to finish this cave. And maybe the more we understand about the connection to the goat, then the more we might actually have a right to be afraid.
I think around now, Asuma's fly is probably wearing out. That is minutes per level, right?
Yes.
Just
yeah.
falls into the muck.
So she just slowly floats her way down because she's been like circling the room. But she comes down and she says, I do not mean to take what you say lightly, Alwyn, but having experienced the cave of the Dominion of the Black and what we've done here, I am more afraid of the Dominion than I am of whatever these creatures can muster against us.
And he will kind of look at her and say, well, maybe they're not able to do much to contact her. If we're very lucky, that's the case, and these strange creatures are the best they were able to get. what I thought we were up against first when they were all together pretending to be a tree is something much worse. If one of those is here and we see it, we need to leave.
Will you tell us if you see it?
Yes, I will.
I can zap us out of here at any time. But we should push into the room they came from. Make sure there's nothing else.
Brixby and Alwyn are in the lead.
As is tradition.
I just envision every time, I know this is like a gamified abstract, but I envision our players hopping around each other to occupy different squares every time we do move from room to room.
They're just crisscrossing and splashing a little in the muck.
Mm-hmm. Lots of hippie hoppies. All right. So we're in the room of origin of the things.
Do we see anything in that dead tree that they exploded out of?
Well, you can see the remains of these like bulbous like root pods that they came out of, that kind of stretch out into the room and like stick out of the water, and then up on the tree itself, as I said, it's like made of like interconnected sections and like chunks that are forming a tree-like shape, but it doesn't appear to actually be a tree growing in this cave. You can see that little bits of things have been like tucked into the flaps in it, almost like people have kind of hidden treasures there, or in some cases you can see like bones and things stuck in there, almost like they've been left for the tree itself, as like it's some kind of a shrine.
Shake down them treasure flaps.
I'm sure there's nothing bad that'll happen if we steal a bunch of stuff from the shrine of an elder. Everybody start pocketing.
Well, most of the stuff you find in here is grisly in origin, as it's like there are bloody bones, there are well decomposed organs, and like bloody clothing and things. You do find amongst them like even as you pull it out, it's like a lower jaw that's partially intact, but it kind of goes to pieces as it comes out. But it does have 5 platinum teeth in it.
Nice. Remember, we're heroes.
We're the heroes.
So we just...
And you find this, like, it's a decaying human heart, but it seems like kind of mechanical in nature, which I will need a roll on. An engineero roll.
Resident Evil
Alrighty.
Village all of a sudden.
It's a 29.
Yeah, you got it. This mechanical looking heart is actually it's a what remains of a human heart with an implant in it called a thoracic nanite chamber, which is a chamber that augments vital organs within creatures' chest, particularly heart, lungs, and pulmonary system. Once installed, a thoracic nanite chamber grants an enhancement bonus to Constitution. In this case, this is a Mark II, so it does grant a +4 to Constitution to anyone who has this particular cybernetic installed. Of course, it is badly in need of cleaning.
And I'm assuming we need a... Because didn't we find some other cybernetic thing and you said
Wire
we needed like a
wire
lab
jack
to...
tendons.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which
Yeah,
we
you
still
need-
haven't found like a real high-tech lab to do that stuff in.
It looks like that thing there. If you get it installed in your heart, will increase your heartiness in a general sense, your ability to endure. But no one go like jamming it in there right now. It really needs to be cleaned off. And jokes aside, like the wire jacks, it looks like we're going to need a special lab to pop any of this inside of us.
But not the teeth, he says, popping them directly into his jaw. Because that's how rat teeth work.
Oh, sure.
Jam them in there.
Passive dentures, they call it.
Absolutely.
Just learned, like the other day, that elephants, manatees, and one other one, I don't remember what the third one is, but they're the only 3 species of mammal that like grow teeth throughout their lives, like sharks and stuff do.
Love a manatee.
Love a good tooth-growing mammal. Well, we have our pacemaker and our teeth. What do we do?
That does appear to be like the only things left of interest in this room. The tree, though it did speak before, has gone totally inert.
Well, we've got 2 other floors to explore.
There's floors and there's another hallway back towards the beginning that you haven't gone down.
Oh,
So
yeah,
you
the
can
other.
go
That's right.
up, you can go down, or you can go
over
right.
here. We should probably hit that last hallway before we go to another floor, right?
Yeah.
I think it would be prudent. Yeah, let's cover the floor, and then we can see which...
I should let you drag a token to another spot if you drag to it.
I think it has to have at least a little bit of a straight line, or does it just give me more?
It's just
latitude than it
if
gives
there's
you?
anything in the way at all, like it won't.
Token collide.
Do it.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
it doesn't.
It's the right way.
Which way?
No, it's not.
Is it this
It's
way?
the yeah,
It's
it's
over here,
down
yeah.
Yeah,
to the
where
right.
Alwyn's going.
All right, cool.
Oh god, I forgot those were dead. I'm like, oh no. It's,
Oh no. Yeah. All of
the
our
people at home, we
conquests.
just walked into a room with a mouther and like 8 more Migo, and I forgot that we killed them like 6 episodes ago.
Yeah, you just walk past so much dead.
I am not going to go first, so I'm going to go over there.
Brixby's gonna take this time to re-up his shield casting.
And finally, after the long trip back, you have arrived at that first fork where you opted for left because there was noise. Now, the right heads down another mold-encrusted, soggy hallway that's 5 feet wide and hooks around, leading east for a little ways, and then it turns to the south. And you see another fork.
So many forks.
We pick
Where
it up.
You can continue on to the south, or you can hook back to the east.
Up.
I appreciate the decisiveness of our friend. And for those that are not inside of our foundry, or at least not at the Patreon tier that grants you the access inside of there, Jeff just piloted his daring snake down the hall.
Headed
Snakes.
north.
A group of snakes is called a den, pit, bed, or nest. All right. And then that really feels appropriate.
Yeah, that sounds like what you call it if you like run into them nesting somewhere. Like, what do you
I'd call
call
it a
it? If they're
slithering.
that when they're like on the move.
Some people would call it an snakes.
Why does it always have to be snakes?
So the trail kind of hooks up to the north and veers back to the west, and then it goes around in a kind of Z shape, wrapping around itself, until finally the narrow corridor opens up into a large chamber where the ceiling is 30 feet above, and the floor and walls in here are caked with a layer of fuzzy green mold. And along the southern wall, a ledge 20 feet above the ground seems relatively clear of fungal growth. Now, up there you can see a skeletal body clad in chainmail. Looks like missing some of its right arm, kind of slumped over the ledge, like laying there, almost hanging down off the ledge.
Does it have an ID tag that says Thrace on it, by chance? Could be really convenient.
Sadly, there's no visible ID tag from here.
You said it was
Really
hanging
impressive
down.
if they were a skeleton already.
Like the arm is hanging off the side, like they're kind of up there but draped over the side partially.
Now, is that the arm that's missing?
Swim speed, climb speed haver. Levi would just kind of go up there and wrap the body up in his goopiness and bring it back over to the rest of us.
Well, he finds that he does have to swim over the middle part of this room, but with a swim speed, that's not really a problem, except that...
Yeah.
Does he have delayed poison communal?
Yeah, I think we got it to him.
then
Yeah, I
So
always
he
give it to
just-
the snake.
it cheat codes the whole room, is what he does.
Yep.
So he grabs this skeleton and brings it back across the room. And this is a partially decomposed person wearing a set of chainmail and a with a Technic League logo emblazoned on it, and she's wearing, looks like, some kind of high-tech bracelet.
Do they have one of those like LL Bean backpacks with their initials? Possibly.
No backpack that you can see, and the bracelet's on the hand that remains. The other hand is gone. So it looks like, this person got hurt pretty bad and maybe slunk off here and couldn't get out and died.
Well, not exactly an end I'd wish on anyone, but
It appears, as he points at the armor.
this is one of your employers, men.
Yes, must have been one of the race's party members. Let us hope we are luckier than this poor soul.
Well, we're already not dead, so that's something.
That's true, we're ahead so far.
You said high-tech looking armband?
Yeah, high-tech looking armband. And the armor is also magical.
I'm not sure what this armband is. Brixby, could you take a look? Because I rolled a 2.
I rolled a 30.
Why, yes, I can take a look. This is a bit more my bailiwick. If Alan wants to maybe take a look at the magic.
And that is, 30 for knowledge engineering.
Well, Brixby is able to tell that this is not a complete item. This is half of a pair of force field bracelets. Now, force fields are powered by a surprisingly light pair of slender silvery bracelets. When activated as a standard action, dozens of tiny biofeedback needles pierce the wearer's arm to interface with the nervous system. This process is somewhat painful, and the bearer must succeed at a fortitude save to avoid being dazed when the force field is activated. Once active, though, the device generates an invisible and intangible field of force surrounding the target. The force field blocks solids and liquids, but not gases or light, including laser beams. The user of a force field can still breathe, but cannot eat or drink. Activating a force field consumes one charge, at which point the force field consumes an additional charge every minute while it remains active. While it is active, the user gains temporary hit points corresponding to the grade of the force field. All damage to the wearer is subtracted from the temporary hit points it grants first. As long as the force field is active, the wearer is immune to critical hits. Force field has fast healing that replenishes its hit points at a fixed rate, but if its temporary hit points are reduced to 0, the force field does shut down and cannot be reactivated for 24 hours. Force fields are automatically reduced to 0 HP by disintegration effects. Can be deactivated as a free action. This is one half of a pair of black force field bracelets, which grants 10 temp HP with a fast healing rate of 2, were you to find the other half of the pair.
So, like, they're a pair. See how this part says best? And I guess the other... Well, I guess you're wearing both, but like the force field is your best friend.
It's like best wizard.
That's like what Brixby's.
He says, "Yeah, no, who would have best wizard on their wrists?" As he's slowly
Putting his friendship bracelets under his fat.
Just roll down the skin.
Just
So we
roll
gotta
down the skin.
find the other hand, I guess.
Is it inside a shark?
Could it be in the? Can Levi see? Levi, can you see underwater? Could it be in the goop?
Levi nods and could totally swim around in the goop and do a goop search.
All right, we'll take a goopception check.
Yeah, that's the part I wasn't excited about.
Just in case it's got like awesome see in the dark qualities, before he does the goop check, Alwyn gets a 36 on the magical armor.
Well, it does not have magical see in the goop properties, but it is a nice set
It's
of
not scuba gear
+2.
or anything.
It's a set of +2 fire resistance chainmail. Not too shabby.
Not bad.
So Levi, not being a trained diver, gets a total of a 10. So I think at that point, Tarazi would just jump in and search, just take a deep breath, and
Okay,
look in the goop for a severed hand.
I do need swim checks from Tarazi.
Fine. Alright, so the first swim check is a 26.
All right, so he's good. This glop is so thick and sludgy that it's almost like quicksand consistency. So it's really hard
Wow.
to move through it. But with a 26, you can handle it.
Wow. Would you say it's dummy thick?
It is the dummiest, thickest.
Cool. So then a perception check, I guess, to search the dummy thick quicksand goop.
Like swimming through oatmeal.
Nice. So it's kind of exfoliating.
Yeah. I guess it's kind of cold, so it's like overnight oats, kind of.
Nice.
It's definitely good for the skin.
How about a 31 on the perception?
With a 31 on perception, Tarazi is fairly confident that the hand is not here.
What else is down there, though? What magical items, high-tech goodies, plot relevant things?
Mostly just rotting alien vegetable matter.
All right.
At this point, I'm just imagining you're like magnet fishing in the
Yes.
pool. All right.
Yeah. He will then kind of leap out of the water like a merman. And no, he just kind of climbs up and lets him know it's nothing there. And I guess we'll climb back up. We'll climb up the ledge where he was dead. They were dead. The corpse was found. I can give you a climb check if you'd like.
Yeah, might as well. It's slippery. It's not great to climb.
If it goes poorly, I'll just ride up a snake. 18.
That is not sufficient.
I'll try one more time for fun. And get worse. So, yeah, he calls Levi over. Levi climbs up with him on his back. We add some filler to the episode, and Tarazi makes it up. Does he see any like severed hands, friendship bracelets, high-tech items?
No, I mean, it looks like that there's kind of the remains of dried blood and kind of just looks like where this person kind of hung out for their last few sad moments, but nothing really of interest up here.
Well, that was fun. Dripping with vegetative oatmeal, Tarazi and Levi will return with nothing to show for it.
I'm sure they left like a couple packs of Diablo sauce or something up there that you were able to bring back. I don't know.
Weirdly, they had no Taco Bell, but there was an empty Olay's packet from the local Numerian Taco John's. So when Corey listens to this in 2.5 years, she'll be like, yeah.
So we leave the room.
All right, leaving the deeper than usual pool of sludge where the dead body was hanging out, and working your way back through that Z curve to the last fork in the road. Looks like south is the remaining path.
Yeah. Sweet potato pie. Shook my mouth.
Wow, look at the progress. And I mean, I know we're not supposed to see our proximity to outside, but I'm like, oh, look at that.
I mean, theoretically, you can kind of understand how far you've come.
No, that's true. I mean, like taking a 10, it's like a 23 knowledge dungeoneering. So I feel like it's like, oh yeah, that Taco John's is right over there.
Though I would imagine a place like this is more confusing than most as caves go, because it's all like narrow and winding and turning back on itself and splitting everywhere. It's an easy place to get lost in if you happen to be getting murdered or whatever.
Speaking of getting murdered, I see that the GMPCs decided to hang back.
Oh, the GM got distracted. Tarazi and Levi have emerged first into a tall cavern. The ceiling comes to a peak in here along an axis some 30 feet above. The walls in here are hung with bleached bones of an untold number of creatures. Bony limbs point out in every direction. Eyeless skull sockets stare back plaintively. The sheer scope of death in this room is disconcerting. Corridors pierce this cathedral of death to the north and to the west, while a ledge leads up from the lower fungus-riven cavern to the south. And standing in this room is a towering menace with horrible, vertically aligned mouths. Now, you've seen these particular creatures before. Now, this one, almost as if blessed by some evil god, this creature is more twisted than its lesser brethren, and it's time to roll for initiative.
Don't love that. Oh, guggle. I assume. I can't see the room, but that sounds about right. Man. Our foundry hates me.
Says the guy who's rolled over 30 a couple times tonight.
Yeah, but that's just because I have a plus 20 to my skill. That makes it anyway.
Wait, I see him rolling for multiple things.
Because I have GMPCs.
Oh, right, okay.
So we lure this thing all the way back to the dummy Thiccsand.
So Tarazi.
Yeah, perhaps distracted by how well armed this creature is, Tarazi only has a 12.
Alright, that's not very fast at all.
No.
How about Alwyn?
Alwyn rolled a 12 for a 19.
Well, that's faster. Too bad you don't even know that there's any danger. Brixby.
I am also unaware of danger with an 8.
Ooh. And the inscrutable Kira.
That is a natural 20 for a 26. I don't think I've ever rolled that high
sneaky.
on a, what's it called, initiative roll before.
Well, for your trouble, you do get to go first.
Well, I can't see anything. So I don't know when I'm going to head in. But I will, she would probably head in a little further. just to be caught up with her friend. So let's start with that. Tuck in here. Let's see. Oh, there we go. 30 feet. So I'm going to use the rest of my movement to get right up. I don't want to block anyone. I'm going to do it.
It's all good.
Get right up in here and try and hit this guy with a chainsaw. And rage. She's going to rage. Real and woe. That is a 1. Nothing happens. I mean, maybe something happens. No, nothing happens. Nothing happens.
Oh, with a 1, that's
Yeah,
a whiff.
that's an automatic bad. All right, there we go.
Well, no. If everyone highlighted, so it just moved the whole combat. Hersick is up next. He is going to, let's see, as he walks in, I think he's going to rather politely try to cram himself up against the wall here to leave room for Tarazi. And he's going to try to take a stab at the big old Gug Beast. And where is his tab with his information on it? Study target, of course, Vital Strike, and Power Attack. That is not very good. I don't think he's going to hit. Yeah, he misses as well. Things going well early on. How about the fabulous Alwyn?
The fabulous Alwyn is going to try to move forward because he has no idea what's even going on. So let's see, 5, 10, still can't see anything. I'm gonna go another 15 so that I can get into a non-occupied space. Still don't see anything, and then that's the extent of my movement. Oh, and I finally see him. Oh, it's a Gug. Okay. So then he is going to cast haste. And everybody in the party is now hasted.
Oh, that's nice of you. And that brings us to the Gug. The extra good Gug. And I think what he's gonna do, since he's got 2 people standing right in front of him here.
Neither of whom have done any damage to him.
That's true, but they both took swings. So he's gonna... Yeah, he's just gonna go for the full attack. Let's start with Kira, and then we'll see where we go from here. Just a quick bite to Kira. That is a 22 to hit.
22 will hit while raging.
Alright, blur. We're remembering these things. 98 on the blur. That is 19 damage on the bite. And then it's gonna switch over to Hersick for a couple of claws. First one's gonna miss. Second one is going to hit. Oh, that is the wrong dice. That is 20 damage to Hersick. He doesn't like that. It's gonna go for a second claw on Hersick because it wants to take him to Rentown. I don't think that hits, so he's going to take that last claw to Hersick because it wants a rend. That is a natural 20.
Oh, no.
To confirm is very close. Does not confirm, so it's just a hit. Still...
Bixby is relieved, but doesn't let anyone know.
Kira can tell.
21 damage on the non-crit, and then the rend is 19 more damage. Hersick is looking very, very hurt because he didn't heal after the last fight. And it's Asuma's turn. She's gonna come in and just sort of take a left. No, I guess she doesn't have the movement to take a left, so she's gonna run in, stand behind Tarazi, and take one very heavily covered shot at the Gug. Why can I not? Yeah, she hits its flat foot or its touch AC because obviously It's touch AC. First blood drawn on the Gug, and it is only 7 damage. 'Cause I forgot to deadly aim. Tarazi's up.
All right. Tarazi is up, and we're going to let Levi take a bitey do or two first before Tarazi glides on in. Ooh, that first one's probably a hit with a 32.
Yeah, that'll hit.
Don't worry about the other one, it was a natural 1. 14 points of damage.
Alright.
How about a 38 to grab a Gug?
38 grabs a Gug.
Yeah. Little grab will do ya. Tarazi will. 5-foot step on in. And for the first time anyone's ever seen him, he seems to kind of square up against this creature as though it has his full attention, and he is going to swift action challenge it.
Whoa.
And then do a full attack with the Null Blade hasted.
Did you hit him with a goo-soaked white glove?
Tempting. Just complete trash. The best of those is a 23.
How much AC does it lose grappled? I was just looking that up.
2. 2.
Then 23 hits exactly.
Okay, out of those 4 hits then, we have 1. Literally nothing better than a 6 on 4 different d20s. Yay! Keeping that minimum damage train going, though, with 17.
Alright.
Oh, 18, because he's challenged. Wait, is he an aberration?
Yeah, he's aberrant.
20, because I'm good at this game.
Oh.
That would have actually meant I had another hit, because I forgot about the +2.
Alright.
Is it too late?
No, it's not too late. We're still processing your turn.
Oh, good, because that one's much better. That is 27.
27 damage.
Yeah.
Alright. It's a chunk out of the Gug. Lucky for
Hooray.
him, he's
That'll
got lots
do
of
it.
chunks.
Yeah, just the chunkiest Gug.
Alright. That brings us to Brixby.
Right. Brixby is going to disc the full extent of his 30 feet of disking to the east. Share a square with his butt. Oh, there's the Gug. What sort of... If I wanted to know what makes this Gug different than the other Gug, sort of Gug knowledge.
Dungeon hero.
Alright. Okay, well, I put it. It's a nat 20. Foundry coming through with the nat 20s only for knowledge rolls, and rarely for ones that actually matter super much. So that is a 33.
I think Brixby knows that in some cases, particularly bloodthirsty Gugs gain awful powers as gifts from whatever it is that is patron to Gugs. These usually manifest in a modicum of spell casting, in addition to just general being like a little bit beefier than a regular Gug.
This Gug can cast spells, most likely.
And he's got one action left. He's going to cast the level 1 spell. He's going to cast Vanish and disappear. And that's it. That's my turn.
All right. that will take us back around to the top of round 2. And Kira is up.
All right, Kira, determined this time, is going to go for a full attack. And hope it goes better than the last time. She's going to do this with a cat in her lap. Which is wild, because they're in a dungeon right now, and Kira doesn't have a cat. Hey, first one is a nat 20.
That usually is a good start.
4 to confirm, which would be a 25 to confirm.
25 confirms.
Cool. Okay, so that's 1 critical. Okay, this is going to sound unbelievable, but that is another nat 20.
Yes.
I'm going to keep this dice tray in my lap. I think that's working out. And another 4 to confirm. I'm getting concerned about this dice. That is this time just no, it won't confirm. That's still 1 hit though. That's a dirty 20 on the 3rd.
Dirty 20 misses.
And a 17 on the 4th. Okay, so that's 1 critical and 1 regular hit, which is going to be
So much damage. I hope this
22.
Gug is ready.
44, 66. Yeah, it's like hitting 3 times, which is going to be
You said 66 damage?
no 66 plus 66.
Oh, plus 66.
So that's going to be 9d6 plus 66. 9d6. Roll. 9. Yeah, there it is. Hey, that's a couple 6s.
Oh, dear Lord.
107 chainsaw damage.
That is the end of the Gug Savant.
Ah, wonderful.
Dang.
How fun.
Oh, so you go for the, she comes in from the top where the mouth is, split, and you just keep going and just split it all the way down.
Leave it
Yeah,
in
this is what I
two.
visualized just now.
In
Oh,
twain.
no.
Ugh.
The nat 1 resolving in multiple nat 20s is just
Worth
so
it.
funny to
I'll
me.
take it.
I love the idea that it was just that you needed to stop and pull the ripcord because it just partway through you're like, oh,
It's not on.
just keep going and then it's gone. That is amazing. Really pay for that Patreon tier that allows you into our foundry because that was a sight to behold. It was
Levi will spit out this Gug Savant, take a mouthful of sewage water and gargle it and spit it out because it's got to be better than that Gug tastes.
No, for sure.
So, you find
Right on
yourselves
cast.
in this room with all sorts of bones just hanging out, built into the walls. And there are 3 ways to go here. There's the way that the Gug was kind of standing in front of, which is your standard 5-foot wide corridor. There's a much narrower passage that looks like everybody but Brixby and Levi would have to squeeze through. And then it looks like there's another one of these little cavey doos that goes up.
None of the bones on the wall have a bracelet that says wizard, right? That is canonically what the second force field bracelet says.
It says best wizard. Was that?
Best wizard.
Yeah, that's attributed to Jeff, I believe. So that is.
I think I missed that the first time around. But no, you don't see any bracelets sticking out of any of the wrist bones, of which there are presumably many.
Nothing in these. Over here, did anybody see any cool bangles?
I guess just for whatever's sake, I'm going to detect magic against the spooky bone walls.
It doesn't look like there is any magic. It just sort of seems like this is a thing that has accumulated over time. Perhaps the Gugs have been sticking the remains of their prey into the wall for time immemorial.
What about cool finger armor with no mechanical benefits?
Probably.
Just cool. Yeah, that's good. Irene, we're going to need an update to the art as we all
Don our
Now
finger
has-
armor.
sick.
Yeah, I think there's a couple of those skateboards that you use your fingers for.
Oh, tech decks?
Yeah.
Very sick.
Nice.
Very cool.
I can visualize Alwyn playing like a pan flute made out of hollow finger bones.
Well, Brixby reduced persons
Owen
himself
actually
to ride
has
the-
a flute and ranks in play flute.
Oh, nice.
Whoa.
There we go,
No,
man.
hold
Perfectly
up. We are not.
visualized.
You said that there are 3 ways out of this room. There is a 4th, which is us sitting down and listening to Alwyn play the flute.
He has
mind
a
explodes.
+8 in perform wind.
Nice.
I'm like, is it like a recorder? Or is it like a flute? Because it would be great if it was a recorder.
No, it's a flute.
Okay, that's fair.
I had to step away. Did we find the bracelet?
No.
No bracelet here.
Just Alwyn's latent flute talent.
I've had him play his flute on the thing. Remember when we met the hippies that the technically agent was pretending to be a
yeah.
member
I
of? He
forgot
took his
about
flute out and
that.
played it.
Tchotchkes.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
Oh,
tchotchke
yeah.
place.
The whole Numeria's Got Talent side arc
Yeah.
that we did.
Yeah.
Joni loved.
We were trying to trick her into taking the castanets out. Or not castanets. What did she have? She had the little...
She had
the finger
Zill.
symbols.
Zills.
Oh, Zill. That's right. I forgot they were called Zill.
The greatest coincidence of all time.
Yes.
So it looks like the party has opted for the passage that was behind the Gug leading north through Caves Untold. And this is much of the same kind of corridor as all the others, where it just loops around 5 feet wide, going seemingly on and on.
I think we're dumb. We need to buy the Migo one of those big drill machines that just lets you make straight lines through things.
Uh-oh.
Let me around this corner.
See another big room.
I want to see what we have consternation about.
Is there somebody in here?
Oh, no.
Oh, no. This one's holding things. It's dressed like it's going to an Eyes Wide Shut party.
This corridor opens up into a long, wide cavern with 4 natural columns supporting its 25-foot high ceilings. Several ledges, each 10 feet off of the fungus-encrusted floor below, overlook the cavern, and you can see perched up on top of these several Migo, like sort of looking down at you, including far in the distance. I think probably only Tarazi can see him from where you are, unless I don't know how the angle is. You can see another of the Migo that looks a little bit fancier than the rest. It's done up in kind of armor, and let me see, how do I pop open this image for y'all? It's got like robes and a staff almost. Kind of.
It's just wearing straps.
It's just leather.
Nothing there is like truly a garment, which is not to yuck anyone's yum. But like, it was just like, no, I will not take clothing. I will take the constituent items that constitute clothing.
It's dressed like a Cenobite. It's like...
So when you see it, you say, hey, nice threads.
Oh.
On the
Wow,
gra-
Sam, a sky medal for that? No, it doesn't work, in case anyone was wondering. All right.
On the ground, sort of in front of this particularly well-dressed Migo, like laying below the ledge in the mucky water, is a partially digested Gug that kind of looks like the one you just killed, like a Gug Savant. It looks like they've been kind of cutting it open and maybe doing some exploratory surgery on a very, very dead monster. Let me just check one thing. I think that as you come in, the creature sitting up on the in the far corner, like its head is like flashing different colors, and as it does this, a sort of disembodied voice starts to come out of it, but it's in a language that I don't think anyone but Alwyn knows. It's like a very like strange guttural grunty noise, even though it doesn't look like it has a mouth and it doesn't look like it's physically producing these sounds. It's sort of something that's like translating the color flashes of light on its head into a language.
Now, the others, but would they recognize it as sounding similar to the language Alwyn tried to talk to that tree in?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, Alwyn, you hear something calling from this room, asking for the one who smells like the Watcher. The voice that says, "You who smell of the Watcher, step forth."
And I think Alwyn will say, everyone, this may be an opportunity to not have to fight them anymore. Just let me see if I can talk to it. And he will... the game's paused. But he would... Right. Yeah, he will step forward in front of Levi and let his hood, like, pull his hood down and say back in that same language, "The Watcher, the key in the gate, the lurker at the threshold. Who are you?"
"I am called Lurek, the All-Mother, greets you. We servants of the Lord of the Wood, of the Black Goat of 1,000 Young, greet you."
"I greet you as... Was it Lurak? What was it?"
Lurek, yeah.
Lurek. "I greet you as well, Lurek. My people once worshipped the Lord of the Wood, the Black Goat. And yes, I do, though I don't understand it much myself from how it was explained to me, but I do have some connection to the Watcher through the Avatar Tabalet Umar."
This is most fortuitous that you would come and join us in this time. Step away from the others, from the uninitiated. You do not belong with them.
"These others are my friends and traveling companions. We originally came here to see if we could possibly get your help in assaulting the Dominion. If you're followers of the Black Goat, then you would be their enemy, just like we are, right? That's what we always heard, that the Dominion waged war against the gods."
We despise those godless creatures of the dark. We despise them above all things. We will not lower ourselves to work with the worshippers of the false gods. You should work with us to help us destroy the Dominion, but leave the others.
"I don't think I can do that. They, like I said, they are my friends. They are the first people since I left the fellow worshippers who have taken me in and treated me with respect and kindness. I think also that it would be very much beneficial for you to work with them. We are all fairly powerful individuals, though most of them are much stronger than I am. You can see this through, unfortunately, what's happened on our way in. We weren't able to speak with anyone we ran into before here. We were attacked and had to defend ourselves, so we may have had to injure some of your compatriots, but we've proven through doing that we are very powerful, more than powerful enough to help you. And if I can roll a diplomacy, I'd like to.
Sure.
That's not great. That is a 4 on the die. So that is a 17.
We are not here to negotiate, follower of Towel et Umer. We have given you an offer. Join us. Destroy the Dominion with us. Feed these non-believers to the black goat, that her young may prosper and be men and spread through this world. Or you can die here as they do.
And I think, as this thing talks about, like, feeding to the young of the black goat, he's gonna get kind of a angry look in his eye and say back to it, there were ones in the colony that once spoke like you do. They destroyed themselves trying to take the black goat's power for themselves. You are on a dangerous path, and I do not think it's one that any of us will join you on.
So be it. We will destroy you as we have destroyed so many others. As we will destroy the creatures of the Dominion and all who stand against the Black Goat. And I think it's time to roll for initiative. Meanwhile, Hersick has totally been in the background going like, Did you ask about a wizard? Did you ask if they had a wizard here? Perhaps.
I did not. Also, I'm pretty sure we're about to fight them to the death. Sorry.
We're always fighting something to the death. I definitely don't have entirely too many.
No. You can
initiatives
just remove
to
a
roll
couple.
here.
Yeah, you don't have to play them all.
Yeah,
That's
I'm
true.
pretty sure it's like a suggestion.
Make things easier
When
for
they put it in
yourself,
the
Sam.
parentheses.
Okay, I'll just cross off Asuma and
Well,
They aren't in the
Wait,
parentheses.
no, hold on.
Wait, hold on,
I
not
mean-
like that.
you said, so it just makes it easier for everyone.
does it?
And then Hersick gets a natural one on his. Where is he? There he is.
Samesies, my friend.
Don't worry, I'm still going last.
All right. How about Kira?
Dirty 20.
All right. Brixby.
I got a nat 1 for a 7.
Tarazi and Levi.
Got a 2 for a 5.
Oh wow, it's a good time for these kind of rolls, I think. And Alwyn.
Alwyn got a 10 for a 17.
All right, that's not terrible. Let's see. I'm gonna say his name is really Lurhetch. Now that I see it again, because he's got an H in there that I hadn't anticipated. Now Lurhetch is gonna start by casting a spell, and then it's Kira's turn. It should be noted that all of these wonderful little buddies are up 10 feet above you on ledges. You muted.
Yeah, sorry. I was just talking to myself.
Oh, okay.
Wait, unless it's my... Oh, you
It is
cast
your-
a spell, so it is my turn. Got it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna... is this ledge right here also 10 feet up?
Indeed it is.
Just all the dry spots. Got it.
If it's dry, it's up high.
That's what my grandmother always says. Okay. I'm going to delay. Yeah. I'm gonna delay my turn and see what everyone else does.
All right. Waiting for Kira. And Asuma, I think, is... Asuma doesn't feel super useful in this fight because she knows that the Migo are immune to cold and her gun shoots ice. So I think she's gonna kind of come into the room and sort of hook around the corner to kind of get out of the way with her 2 knives out. Which brings us to the Conscientious Migo. The Conscientious Migo is going to fly up in the air and fly towards Alwyn, who is of course the closest one to the Migo. And just go for one quick claw. That is a 31 to hit.
Yeah, the 31 hits the unarmored sorcerer.
That is 9 damage.
That's not bad.
That is a 32 to grapple.
Yeah. That beats my 18 CMD.
You're gonna take 10 sneak attack damage on the grapple, and I will need a fortitude save.
That is a 17.
17 fails. So Alwyn, this thing, as it's grabbing onto you with its tiny little mushroomy blade-like feelers, start cutting into Alwyn's head, like right along his hairline, and he's going to take 3 wisdom damage.
3?
Ooh. I do not have a very high wisdom to begin with.
Izzy, you had a question?
Yeah, is the Migo still 10 feet up, or is it, like, hovering?
It's kind of hovering, but it's low enough that it can reach Alwyn, so theoretically it can be reached by non-Alwyns.
Could I reinsert after
Yeah.
Crow's turn?
You can indeed. So I don't know how to do that, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna be like, boom, and then change you to, and that makes you, oops, I screwed it up. I thought I was fancy. And its turn is over, so Kira hopping back in initiative.
Cool. I'm gonna just shimmy in between my friends here and she's gonna try and put herself in between, well, as best she can. At least make herself a more presentable target to the Migo than Alwyn is. And hit it with a chainsaw. That's another natural one. Which, maybe next time, we'll see. Maybe that's setting me up for something good. But for now, nothing happens.
Alright. And that'll take us to the lucky one, the lucky Migo. It is going to take the bait of Kira being here, fly around the column into chainsawing range, and not flank itself, despite the temptation to pop itself into the flank there. And it's going to try to claw Kira. So that is a 21 to claw.
21 will hit. Wait, I didn't say raging, so I don't think it will hit. Let me uncheck that box. 21 will not hit.
That's mean.
Yeah.
Alright. Hold on, I'm updating something. And then Kira's done, Migo's done, Alwyn is up.
Okay. Alwyn is going to use his strength to break the... No, he is going to... I can't remember. I gotta look at the dumb grapple flow chart. Can you cast while grappled?
Yeah, but it's quite hard.
I can never remember. Yeah, I was going to say you have to roll like something crazy. So... I thought for a second I could... Oh, but I don't think I have Gust of Wind wand on my thing anymore either. Oh, no, I don't. I do still have 120-foot line. So he is going to, as a swift action, pop out his wand of lightning bolt and just fire that off. He has 2 of those left, and he's going to fire it in a line that hits the guy grappling him and Lurch in the back there.
Oh, dang.
Nice.
Because I can draw a 70-foot line that hits both of them, and it's got 120 feet of range on it.
All right, and
It's
you
a
can do that
reflex
while
save.
grappled, no problem, no concentration needed.
No concentration needed for a wand.
All right, 17 on the reflex from the one grappling you. And Lurhetch is gone. Where are his saves? He gets also a 17.
Level 3 spell. It's a DC 15.
DC 15? Okay, yeah, so they both pass then, so they'll take half damage, which is... It is a level 5, so that is 5d6. Let me just do that in here. So they will take 8 points of damage each, electricity damage, which I'm hoping they're not immune to. I can't remember if they are or not.
Well, it certainly doesn't look like it did anything.
Ugh. Oh, that was a waste of a turn. I just realized at the end of it, like, oh wait, is that one of the ones they're immune to? Because they're immune to, like, everything.
Immunities.
All right. Well, the excitable Migo is going to form sort of the end of the defensive perimeter here and go after Tarazi to bring him into the fight because it doesn't know it can't hit him. Oh, actually, that's definitely still doesn't hit him. 28 versus flat-footed.
Well, unhasted it will because his flat is, well, either way, his flat's 27.
That's exciting. That's very exciting. The only hit I'm going to get on Tarazi with one of these fellas, that is 17 damage.
You.
Natural 1 on the grapple check, so that's a waste. So that Migo is finished. The self-disciplined Hersek Kaio has enough self-discipline to realize that he did not heal after the last fight, so he's kind of just creeping up a little bit, and he's going to draw his longbow and take a difficult shot at the lucky Migo, because that's the one he can see. I don't think he has precise shot. He doesn't. So we'll see what happens here. That does hit. Alright. So a little bit of damage on the lucky Migo. First blood on it anyways, which takes us to the escapist Brixby.
True to his adjective, Brixby is going to gum Arabic Semilash and use his remaining greater invisibility, going invisible, and then moving up the corridor towards his compatriots. That is the end of my turn. Unless there is a knowledge that I can roll about why so fancy.
That'd be like a local.
All right. Let's roll knowledge loc. It's just give people what they want, which is knowledge rolls. Right, that's a 28 with a 16 off the die.
You think you're looking at a Migo who's got cleric levels.
Oh, that Migo's a priest. That Migo's got God. It's a religious Migo there.
That Migo's got outer god.
Migo's got outer God.
All right, so that's my turn.
All right, and that brings us to Snake Squad at the bottom of the initiative.
Yeah, Snake Squad. So from his vantage point, Levi, towering over the grappled Alwyn, will attempt a full attack to chomp, set him free on the old conscientious Migo. We are looking at a 25 and a 21.
That'll be one hit.
even though it's grapple.
Oh, you're right. That is 2 hits.
15 on the first and 19 on the second.
And that is bludgeoning piercing.
Yeah, chompy chompies.
All right.
What about a 37 to grapple hit?
Yeah, I think you steal the grapple. It has to let go of Alwyn as it is wrapped up in snake with nowhere to go.
Yeah. Hooray. Good work, Levi. I would say fist bump, but he doesn't have hands. So Tarazi will go for a full attack on the one closest to him, which looks to be the excitable one. Should it go down, he will take a 5-foot step towards the soon-to-be unlucky one. But unhasted, let's go for 3 null-blade attacks. The first one is a 34 and a critical threat.
All right.
That's a 28 to confirm.
Oh, that's confirmed critical.
Dope. So we're going to roll double damage first, and then I'll roll the free shield bash. So 48 damage.
Oof.
And then here comes that shield bash. It rolled onto a 3, so that's a miss on the shield bash.
And that was all your attacks, weirdly.
Yeah. Hey, you know, not bad for the Snake Squad.
You do still have other attacks, don't you?
Well, I rolled...
Oh, you rolled all of them?
Oh, you know, Yeah, that was the only one that hit.
Oh, okay. Well,
The other 2 were poor.
that's still a pretty good note at the end of round 1 for me to go to bed.
Night religious me go.
Good night, Fancy Sam, wearing strips of cloth.
Good night, Sam.
Good night, Sam. Good night, Migo that's trying to tear Alwyn's brain out.
No.
Hey, good night, Laura.
Against the machine. Against the machine.
Pot Against the Machine is property of Network Against the Machine LLC, all rights reserved. Pathfinder and the Iron Gods Adventure Path are property of Paizo Publishing. See their website for more details. Theme Against the Machine was written and performed by our own Zach. See the show notes for additional music and sound licensing. If you enjoyed the show, we encourage you to leave us a review.
Still testing.
Bye.
All right.
I had a pig.
Look at all these
Things
dead
are open.
enemies.
I had a pig and it died.
There's like 6 million tokens on this.
I know. When I first opened this up, I was like, oh, what the hell? And then I realized they're all dead. And again, that's the immersion that we all play for. The pile of
It
corpse.
really bugs me that it puts the
100%.
skull above the top corner because it always looks like it's in the bottom corner of another tokens thing. Like it looks like Tarazi's dead, not the guy under him.
Right. If like Foundry really was doing it right, it would just put little X's over the token's eyes. Frankly.
You can...
There's probably a
There's
Foundry
different
mod that does
modules.
that.
At least for PF2, I like the blood splatter, because then it just gets the token out of the way.
Yeah, it just converts the token into the blood splatter. I've seen that.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. I think I have all the things. I'm
Loud sounds. Too much.
God.
Peaky. Peaky louders. Peaky louders.
What is this called?
Talking
Skype?
normal.
This
Talking,
Bonks.
talking
Discord is open. All right, we should be
normal.
good to go.
Bonce.
Got me all barmy.
Old Bonce. Old Bonce. There we go. That's a good 2 minutes.
It's such good quality bloops.
My clap felt very weak. I almost missed my hands there.
Oh, I was
I
just going to
heard
say, I
somebody's-
felt strong in my clap. I thought it was a good clap.
I had a loud clap too. I was really feeling my clap today.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened. I got discombobulated.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear it.
My condolences.
I just got Persic flying across. It doesn't care. I have so much power now. I'm drunk.
Where can I just
Assume
like,
a
try?
clipping right now. Wall hacks.
Look at you just zoom through those walls.
Yeah. Now that I know I can cheat like that, that's I don't
That's
know
it.
why anyone would ever play a game instead of running it, honestly. It's the power.
We should all be GMs.
We are not here to negotiate, follower of God whose name I'm about to butcher. Can you give it to me again, Jero? I always forget
Towel
it.
et Umar, which I'm also probably saying horribly.
Of Towel et Umer.